Welcome back, everyone. Orchestrated Sports here with Ian Martinez. Week 10, Monday Night Football, Rams versus 49ers film breakdown. And the Rams were coming off a bad loss the week prior against Tennessee, and the Rams also have not beaten the 49ers in a couple years, so this matchup was huge. What happened this game? Why did things happen the way they did? Well, I'm going to break down the top 6 plays of the game, starting with this play right here. So to start things out here, we're in the first drive of the game, 0-0, second and 8 situation. And here we have OBJ in, as Robert Woods was unfortunately injured at practice and tore his ACL and will probably likely not be able to return at any point during the regular season. So OBJ is here after one day of practice at the bottom of the screen, and he's going to be running a streak here. A little crooked, I know, but that'll do. Cooper Kupp is running a deep out. And this is a play action pass off of that. So Henderson will fake. Then it'll eventually be a check down on the swing. You have Tyler Higbee pulling to help block Bosa, and everybody else is staying home. 2-man route combination off this play action pass. And defensively, it's cover 3. So the 3 that'll be bailing is this corner right here. Safety there. And this corner there. Everyone else be covering underneath. Your typical cover 3. Someone's got to get short, underneath, and underneath there. Making that the cover 3 that they're playing. But again, only 2 receivers running a route outside of Henderson being a check down. So we'll let this thing go here. There's the fake. Boom. Now, the main read is probably to OBJ running the streak. And also Cooper Kupp will probably be the second. And basically what's happening here is you're trying to read this corner right there. And see what he's doing. And see also what this underneath corner is doing. And it's either, if he stays put, you're going to be throwing the streak. And if there is a gap, or this defensive back follows the streak, you're going to throw it to that out route to Kupp. Going to the out. If you can fit it in. But it doesn't seem that Matthew Stafford reads it too well. He's holding it. Offensive line's doing a good job. Everyone's max protecting, staying home. Stafford climbs up in the pocket right here. And he just throws a not good ball. Terrible ball. To OBJ. And it wasn't even to the sideline that way. Going forward, it was kind of hovering there. It just wasn't a good ball. In this situation, it's second down. Just eat it. Throw it away. Throw it out of bounds. Live for another down to keep the drive going. But he just tosses it up. Hoping OBJ can make a pass. And granted, again, it wasn't to the sideline. It was over here, more towards the middle of the field, with a corner and a safety covering deep. It just was a bad decision by Stafford, honestly. Easy interception, and luckily OBJ gets the big hit to get it down. But in this situation, you just got to throw it away if it's not open. But he takes a chance. Turnover. Good defense by San Fran there. So after some defensive battles and the Niners just taking up a ton of time running the football successfully, eating clock, and they end up here in this 3rd and 6 situation at the end of the first quarter, right after the 2-minute warning. And here they are, lined up in the empty. 5 wide. At the top, running a streak. You have a slant. You have a corner. You have an out. Then you have a drag right underneath. That's the route combination that's happening here with San Fran. And underneath here, for the defense, they're running a version of cover 3. So Darius is bailing. Deep. And everybody else is underneath in some sorts. Like that. Okay. Now, the big thing here is all the Rams defenders are just caught looking in the backfield here. So this thing go here. Look it. When things are developing, we rewind it slightly. You have eyes there. Eyes looking in the backfield. Eyes looking in the backfield. Eyes looking in the backfield. And so forth and so forth. And what happens here is that Jordan Fuller and Darius Williams are the two main ones that are most significant in getting caught up in the backfield looking, because that leaves Kittle pretty dang open on that corner out right there. So this thing go a little bit more. Look at that. Pretty dang open. And because Fuller, the safety, was peeking in the backfield a little bit too long, Garoppolo sees it, launches it, and that's a touchdown. Boom. So it wasn't necessarily a bad, play call on the Rams side of things, but just defenders got caught up looking in the backfield too long, and they weren't looking at who was running into their general area to cover them. And that's how Kittle gets open, scores an easy touchdown. 49ers up 7-0 there. So the Rams threw a pick six off the hands of Tyler Higbee on the screen pass that bounced into a Niner defender. And the Rams are down 14-0 right now. Barely the start of the second quarter, about 13 minutes left. And here they are in a 3rd and 9 situation. They need to get on the scoreboard here. And they do. So what are they running? We'll start at the top here. At the top, they're running an in. And I think Ben Skoranek runs the wrong route, to be honest with you. Tyler Higbee here is running a curl because Cooper Kupp is also running an in like that same area. And I believe that Cooper Kupp is the one that's running the correct route. And then at the bottom here, Van Jefferson's running a streak, possibly a fade. And then Sonny Michel's check in and then being a check down on that swing route there. So again, you have Cooper Kupp and Ben Skoranek out there running the same exact route. And I think Ben, that's circled there, ran the wrong one, excuse me. And well, it ends up working out because Stafford does find Higbee on that curl at the goal line. But what were the Niners doing defensively? Well, they were running cover 6. And for those who don't know what cover 6 is, it's basically when you're covering the deeper part of the field, there's 2 people covering a couple quarters of the field. So we split the field up into 4 quarters, right? 1 quarter, 2 quarters, 3 quarters, and 4. So we go 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? Okay. So you have one defender responsible for one entire half, which is this guy right here. And then you have these 2 defenders who are responsible for the other side, but only a quarter of it. So he has 1 quarter of that half, and he has the other quarter of that half. So that's what's going on in the back end, which makes it cover 6 there. And everybody else is running zone underneath. Zone short there. Zone, and then underneath. Making that cover 6. So as we let this thing go here. Boom. You can see they're starting to end up in the same spot. Which, again, I think Ben Skoranek screwed up. But it doesn't matter because they scored, right? But, hey, that happening allows Tyler Higbee to be one-on-one with that linebacker. And Tyler just pulls a basketball move and boxes him out. Stafford throws a nice pass and touchdown right there. Again, he's covered pretty good. But Tyler Higbee, like I said, boxes him out, gets in front of him, and is able to make a tough contested catch right there. And just for fun about the 2 receivers running the same route, as you can see, when you have 2 people both running in the same direction, in the same area, somebody screwed up. But hey, again, it didn't matter. But I think because of that happening, this defender gets caught up a little bit about what's happening behind him. But again, right here's where the magic happens. Tyler Higbee just doing a good job boxing out the linebacker and catching that. Crucial play at a crucial time. They needed that touchdown to stay competitive, stay in this game. And now, hey, you're only down 7. Good play by Higbee. So here we are. The Rams are starting to play the run a bit better, and there's about 8 minutes left in the second quarter. Rams are only down by 7. The score is 14-7, 49ers lead, and this is the start of a lot of the questionable defensive play calls, you could say, or the defensive alignments by the secondary. And this is the start of it, and this is where players across the league, media people, and even Rams fans all notice, why is Deebo Samuel not being covered by Jalen Ramsey in man-to-man defensive play calls? And that's what the Rams call here. They call man-to-man coverage. So they have the third best corner out there, Robert Rochelle, on Deebo. You have Jalen Ramsey on the fourth best pass-catching option out there. You have Taylor Rapp on Brandon Ayuk, and then you have Darius Williams on George Kittle. You have Ernest Jones on the linebacker, and everybody else is playing zone up top, I mean. So you have Jalen Ramsey on the fourth best pass catching option. Not Deebo, not Brandon, or not George Kittle. Very, very questionable there, in my opinion. So, okay. What happens here offensively? Well, the only people running routes are the 3 wide receivers at top. You have a streak right here by Ayuk. You have a quick out. And then you have a slant. And, well, as you guessed it, Deebo Samuel gets pretty dang open and gets a huge gain here. So we'll let this thing go. Boom. Man-to-man. Taylor Rapp doesn't do a bad job, but one thing here. When you're in man-to-man coverage, I just don't understand what is the point of playing literally almost 10 yards off the ball here. If you're in man, in my opinion, and which is typically seen around the league, is you at least play at 5 yards or less. 5 yards or less from the line of scrimmage, right? But in the situation here, you see Robert Rochelle lined up, 8, 9 yards off the ball from Deebo Samuel, the best pass catcher, or one of the best on the 49ers. It's not zone, it's man. And it's the perfect play call to get Deebo open because of that separation. When he runs that slant, he's going to be pretty dang open. And because this receiver in the slot here is running that out, it's going to get Robert Rochelle here caught up trying to pursue. It's almost like a pick route, but there is people physically running a route. It's not a route that's ran on purpose to get somebody caught up, like you're running into him and that's your job. No, there is a route here by this receiver. But because of the alignment, because Rochelle is lined up so dang far apart, it's an easy completion. And on top of that, again, Jalen Ramsey is not man-to-man with him. He's man-to-man with the fourth best option out there catching passes. Very, very interesting play call here and very, very interesting play design with your players. So let this thing go here. As you can see, the separation, pretty dang open. Separation, and he gets caught up. Easy completion there for Jimmy Garoppolo. Look at that. Look at all that room there for Deebo to catch that and get some more yards. That's what happens. Easy catch. And then a missed tackle. Some more missed tackles, and Deebo gets a huge gain on a 3rd and 7. So, again, if you're going to run man, okay, at least play a little bit closer if you're going to be calling that, in my opinion. And if you're going to be running man, on top of that, you got to get your best players on their best players, which didn't happen here. And as you'll see later, this happens a ton this game, which was frustrating NFL people, NFL players, and even Rams fans. So, good play design, good realizing that's what the Rams are doing, not having Deebo on him, and how far they were playing off. Good play call by Kyle Shanahan there. It's a good job by the 49ers. So on the same drive here, the 49ers are in a 1st and goal situation, only up by a touchdown right now. So the game is being played tight, about 5 minutes left in the half. And right here, as you can see, You have Elijah Mitchell lined up in the tight end kind of H-back spot, and you have wide receiver Deebo Samuel lined up in the backfield as a running back. So immediately, if you're a Rams defender, you're thinking, okay, what's going on here? Trick play, what's happening? You should be on high alert, right? Well, this play design run here by Kyle Shanahan, the head coach of the 49ers, is really excellent. And the 49ers players execute this beautifully. So what happens here? We'll let this play a little bit. So right off the bat, as you can see, you see Elijah Mitchell pulling to be a trap blocker on Von Miller. They leave Von Miller unblocked on purpose, so all the other linemen, and including George Kittle, could get to somebody else. So they want to trap block Von, seal him right there, so everybody else, again, can block the people in front. And another thing that happens here is that Trent Williams, the left tackle right here, he's stepping back. He's kick-stepping back. And for those who don't know what kick-stepping is basically the shuffling of your feet and the outside foot. So if you're lined up at left tackle, it's your left foot is going to be kick-stepping. You're going to be kicking out and then shuffling back to a good base, right? A good 2-point stance. Be able to block. He's kick-stepping like it's a passing situation, which fools Leonard Floyd right here into rushing upward like it's a passing situation. So he's reading what the lineman's doing. The lineman isn't going forward like it's a run play. He's kick-stepping back like it's a passing play. So with that happening, Leonard Floyd gets out of the picture. We'll let it go a little bit more. And then also on top of it with Elijah pulling. All these defenders, Ernest Jones, the linebacker, Troy Reed, the linebacker, everybody else starts flowing to their left, to the right of the screen, because they think the run is happening possibly this way. And rightfully so. Usually when you follow people lead blocking, trap blocking, whatever, usually the run is going that direction. So they read it that way. But Deebo Samuel, with incredible vision, sees the cutback right here. Sees it. It's getting clustered right here, right? All the defenders, it's just a mess. But he sees this big lane to jump back into and get some yards. And on top of that, Brandon Ayuk gets a fantastic block on Jalen Ramsey right there and holds his own, completely blocks him. And then again, as you can see at the bottom right here, you see Leonard Floyd rushing upward like it's a passing situation. So he's completely out of the picture, and Trent Williams handles him there. And then the only person who has a chance and that's in the vicinity is Ernest Jones, the linebacker right here. But he gets locked up. And because of all those factors here, Deebo Samuel scores a touchdown. Let this thing go. As you can see, he has a chance, but he's not fast enough to get there. And the last man to save the touchdown is Rochelle. And he can't make the tackle either. Touchdown 49ers. So again, a really cool play design, a really cool usage of your offensive players there on the 49ers side of things. And just great execution. Great play design by the 49ers there. And all those things had to happen at once for them to score that touchdown. Great blocking, great deception, and great vision. And all of that happened, which led to this touchdown. It's a good job by the 49ers there, and just not a good enough job tackling and play recognition by the Rams there. So here we are. We zoom all the way to the fourth quarter. About 11 and a half minutes left. The score is still 7-24. The Rams aren't down too bad. And here the Niners are in a 4th and 5 situation, going for it. Out of the empty, not even trying to run it. They're going to pass it here. So, I have it on this specific angle for a couple big reasons. So, on the left side of the field here, not pictured, are some of the Rams' cornerbacks on the left. They're playing man-to-man coverage. So this is a combo coverage going on here. They're playing man on the left and zone on the right. So, with that being said, it'll help me explain why this ends up being a touchdown to Deebo Samuel on a short pass, ends up, getting scored into the end zone. So we'll let this thing go here. And George Kittle is staying home to pass block. You have Juszczyk, who's pictured running a corner. You have Deebo Samuel right here. He's going to be running an in. Or a dig route, some players like to call it. Now, that's important is because, again, they're playing man on the left, zone on the right side of the field. What we're looking at, our perspective, it's man to the left, zone to the right. And because of the man coverage, if you're Nick Scott right here, one of the safeties, I just feel like once you notice that Kittle is staying home to pass block, you got to know that your guys got it to the right of you. You got to get in a little bit more to cover all that area that's so open, but he doesn't. Now, let this thing go a little bit more. Once you see Deebo Samuel start to jet inside, I feel like if you're Jordan Fuller, the safety right there, you got to recognize that and attack that player. Because to the right, or to his left, to our right, that's not pictured there, you have another cornerback that's covering deep on that side. So you got to know, okay, somebody's got deep on that side. So even if Juszczyk goes that way, he's going to be covered. My responsibility is everything this way. But once you see Deebo cut in, you got to be able to get there. And he doesn't. Now, if you're Taylor Rapp, you got to realize as well, okay, everybody's got everything covered there. I got to slide in and get that way and cover all that open area. And he doesn't. So with all those factors happening, Deebo Samuel gets pretty dang open in that open space right there. I mean, my goodness. Look at all that. It's like they're playing catch and, after practice in the open field. That's how wide that open area is. And it's an easy throw and catch. Let this thing go here. Boom. Right there. Look at all that. Huge area. That's as open as you can get in the NFL. So that happens. And then just missed tackle here. Doesn't make the tackle there. You get a good block on Darius Williams right there. And forget it. See you later. Deebo Samuel, touchdown 49ers. So I think the play call isn't terrible, but I think the responsibilities weren't executed well. Again, got to realize my guys got it. I got to get inside more. I got to realize I got to get inside more. Nobody's coming deep, so I got to get to the first receiver that I see cross my face there. And that all doesn't happen. That leads to the touchdown. So there, I just don't think that was good execution by the Rams. Wasn't good tackling, obviously. And this game was over. It was 24-7. Now it's 31-7. Game over. 49ers just out-executed the Rams for the most part all day, all Monday night. And that's it. That's a wrap. At the end of the day here, the 49ers offense executed, outsmarted, and out-schemed the Rams defense for a majority of this game, converting in multiple third and fourth down key situations. It's as simple as that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time here on Orchestrated Sports with Ian Martinez. Stay safe.